Welcome to Sairam Online Learning Center. In this lecture, we will discuss about alphanumeric codes and error detecting codes. First, let us see what is the need for alphanumeric codes. So, generally, the digital computers work in the case of binary bits. So many applications of digital computers require not only the handling of numbers, that numbers can be either in the form of decimal, hexadecimal, or octal. Whatever may be the form, it can be converted to binary. We have already learned about how to convert from one number system to other. So in addition to that, it also includes the characteristics like symbols, letters of an alphabet, and other special characters. So now the question is, how to represent these characters, symbols, letters of an alphabet into the binary form that a digital computer can handle. So there comes the requirement of alphanumeric codes. So example is that in an insurance company, if we want to uh, register thousands of policyholders' data, we want to access and process a file, the policyholder's name has to be given. So we want to formulate the binary code for letters of an alphabet. So same binary code can be used for letters of an alphabet, numerals, as well as the special characteristics. So one such form of alphanumeric codes is ASCII code, American Standard Code for Information Interchange, which uses 7-bit code to code 128-bit characters in a table. So we have 2 power 7 combination, that is 128 combinations starting from bit B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6 and B7. So for example, if we want to find the ASCII code for the alphabet capital A, so that is placed at this bit position. So B1, B2, B3, B4 corresponds to 0101, B5, B6, B7 corresponds to Y00. So when you combine all those bits, we will get the ASCII code for A. So it includes numerals, special characters, alphabets, and in addition to that, you can have control characters also. We are aware of what is numerals, what is special characters, and we know about various special characteristics, alphabets, and now let's see about the control characters. So control characters with respect to this ASCII includes three things. First one is called format effectors, second one is information separator, third one is communication control characteristics. So format effectors is, this format effector is mainly used to control the layout of the printing. So this layout of the printing can be customized or controlled by using this format effectors, which may include backspace, horizontal tabulation, and carriage return. So these keys are used as a format effectors. Second one is information separators. So generally when you have a bulk of information, that information has to be separated into pages, and each page you can have the separation of paragraph, that will be making the user to understand what is the information, and you will be able to locate the information clearly and correctly. So similarly you can have the information separators of paragraph and page separation. Here you can include RSS record separation, FS is called as a file separation. The third one is communication control characteristics, that is for transmitting the text between the remote terminals. So we want to give the alert signal to the receiver when you are going to transmit your data, when you are going to end your data. So all the time receiver cannot wait for your data. So you want to make an initiate that you are going to send your data, you start sending your data, and your data has been sended and it is finished. So that can be given by means of this communication control characteristics. So STX includes start of the text, ETS includes the end of the text. So generally the 7-bit ASCII usually PC stores as a 1 byte, that is 8-bit. That extra 1 bit is used for other purposes. Generally printers will recognize this ASCII with MSB is set to 0. Whereas since the special characteristics, numerals, alphabets are getting increased, the additional MSB is also set to 1, which will give additional 128-bit characteristics with the MSB set to 1 for Greek alphabets as well as the italic font. So next we are going to discuss about error detecting code. So in this we are mainly going to focus on parity. So total number of ones that is present in the number will define the parity. So in case a parity bit is an extra bit included with a message to make the number of ones either odd or even. Okay. So you can have two different types of parity. If it is with the odd number of ones, it is called odd parity. If it is even number of ones, it is called even parity. So considering the ASCII value of capital A, capital T and the small a, I am writing that ASCII value in the case of 7 bits. Okay, so each of the ASCII letter is represented by means of 7 bits. And in case if I want to add this or make this ASCII into even parity, or if I want to make this ASCII code for odd parity, what is that one extra bit I need to add? Okay, so what should be the parity bit that is to be added in order to make that ASCII code for A with even parity to make the ASCII code of A as odd parity? So generally in the case of ASCII code for A, we have only two ones. So in the A bitla பார்த்தோம்னா we have only two ones, even number of ones is there. Okay, so when you want to make it as a even parity, already it is in even, so you want to append 0. So odd parity means already it is in even, so whenever I want to add 1, it will become 1, 2, 3. So total number of ones now present is 3, which makes us a odd parity. Okay, so likewise you can convert this ASCII code with the even parity and odd parity. So in general, one or other parity is adopted and the even parity is most generally used. So what for this need for parity? So parity bit is helpful in detecting errors during the data transmission from one location to other. So generally along with the data you are generating the parity, you are appending the parity and you are sending. Receiver, the parity is checked. If the same parity is not maintained, then we can say that it is received with error and we will be able to detect whether the error is present or not. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of using this error detecting codes parity? So it detects 1, 3 or any total combination of errors in each character that is transmitted. We can detect this error. So odd parity of errors can be detected here and odd combinations can be detected easily. So disadvantage is that an even combination of the errors however will be undetected and additional error detection code may be needed to take care of this possibility. Okay. So then is that we will want to detect the error solito. If you are checking that you are sending with odd parity and you have not received the same odd parity, we will detect and we will find that it is something error. So what is the next step after detection? So one possibility of and the step after detection is that you want to request retransmission of the message on the assumption that the error was random and it will not occur again. So first time when you detect it, if you have the error, you can ask for retransmission. So if error is detected, then you can have the ASCII negative acknowledgement control characters will be sent. So this is a negative acknowledgement, NAK, negative acknowledgements ASCII code value that will be returned to you. If no error is detected means you can have the acknowledgement control character. So control character, when you receive the control character, accordingly you can decide whether you get the control character for acknowledgement, no error. If you get the control characteristic for a negative acknowledgement, which means that there is an error. Okay. So the first attempt is that I have said is you can ask for retransmission. So sending in will retransmit the message if the negative acknowledgement is received. And once again, if you are sending again and again retransmitting and still there is an error, then you want to check for the malfunctions in the transmission path. So there may be some malfunctions in the transmission path that may cause the error, but not with the case of your sender. So next we want to go on to the check the malfunctions in the transmission path. So this is about the error detecting codes, mainly considering the parity. So in this lecture we have seen an introduction to alphanumeric codes as well as the error detecting codes, mainly the parity. Thank you.